Hello and welcome to Midlife Meltdown. I'm Ian, and in today's video I wanted to talk about one of the key behaviours that the narcissist uses to make it really difficult to break the illusion and free yourself from the narcissistic relationship. But as always, if you're finding these videos useful, then please help me reach more people. Please subscribe to the channel, please hit the notification bell, like the video, and if you've got any comments or questions, please leave them in the comments section below. I will get round to them, and if there's anything particularly you'd like to see me talk about in future videos, please let me know there. So lots of us are currently trapped or have been trapped in narcissistic relationships, and I consider myself lucky to have broken the illusion and freed myself from that narcissistic relationship. But one of the most difficult things to do is to see it for what it is, and there's a reason for that. And whether it's employed consciously or subconsciously by the narcissist, I'm still not sure. But one of the key techniques and behaviours a narcissist will use to prevent you breaking that illusion is to keep you at a level of cognitive dissonance that's just about enough to keep you constantly on your toes and off balance, but never push it far enough that it becomes really obvious. So to keep levels of abuse just enough that they can get what they need from you and keep you under control without ever peaking them to a point where you really see what's going on and become aware and understand and see things for what they really are. And that's a very difficult balance, and that's a daily thing. That's a daily thing that they maintain. Now, I'm sure if you've been researching through videos a lot, you'll have heard terms like gaslighting, which I don't really like to use too much because I think it's a little disjointed from what's actually going on. What you're much more likely to see is constant behaviours to make you feel slightly bad about yourself, to make you feel slightly guilty, or to make you doubt yourself. And that's really what gaslighting is. It's kind of keeping you at a point where you constantly doubt your motives, your competence, your abilities, your understanding of things. Now, the whole aim of that manipulation, of that control, is to eat into your self-confidence, is to instill self-doubt so that you become emotionally and psychologically dependent on the narcissist. And at the same time to isolate you from a support network that may be able to show you what the real picture is. Now, the horrible part of this is that manipulation can be so subtle and so drip-fed to you that it can last for years. And in my case, it lasted for almost 2 decades. To the point where everyone around me knew what was going on and could tell that I was in an abusive relationship, but from inside, my environment around me seemed normal, and the levels of distress are almost undetectable. You know, it's a slight fogginess, it's a slight mental fogginess. It's never really being able to secure yourself and always feeling that slightly mentally off balance, but just not enough to really notice it. I kind of compare it to those stories that you hear of people poisoning their spouses, you know, and slowly dripping a very, very small dose of poison into their food every day just to make them feel like they're sick and to keep them dependent on them. Except for it's not a physical poison, it's a mental poison, but it's drip fed to you every day of your life just to keep you slightly not feeling 100%, just to keep you slightly dependent, slightly mentally bedridden. Now, in my opinion, the worst thing that can possibly happen to you is what happened to me, is that the narcissist will remain in enough control and will remain stable enough that they can do that for a number of years. And as painful as it might be to go through, if you're unable to break that illusion, then I think what needs to happen is the narcissist needs to destabilize enough where that abuse gets bad enough that you actually see it as abuse. So in my case, my ex-wife would have constant either emotional, who knows, maybe physical affairs behind my back, but they were never discovered and they were never obvious enough where it was shocking enough for me to realise that she doesn't have my best intentions at heart. But when my ex lost control and had a full-out affair that I found out about and was so into it by the time that for the next 2 months she couldn't contain herself and actually didn't regard me at all and was willing to put me through the abuse, it did me the favour, albeit almost at the cost of my sanity, almost at the cost of my life, it did me the favour of breaking that illusion for me and allowing me to go through enough pain where I was willing to accept that this isn't normal behaviour. And it's at that point that I managed to gain enough awareness and enough strength to start to realise that I need to exit the relationship and that this person did not have my best interests at heart. And the point of this story is that if you're watching this and you suspect that your partner is suffering from narcissistic personality disorder, but it's not quite that bad, but you know that something's wrong, is don't waste years of your life waiting for something to go wrong. The relationship, even if it doesn't appear that bad at the moment, is not what you think it is. And learn from others like myself, and don't wait for an event to be that bad that you have to go through that pain. Although I fear it might be inevitable that it's hard to conjure up the strength to break that strong bond until that kind of event does happen, I would recommend starting to proactively trying to build that strength and to try and break that illusion to see it for what it is as early as you can. Either way, exiting that relationship isn't easy and it isn't going to be pain-free. The best thing you can do is be unemotional, as calm as you can, and learn as much as you can, and try to control it to get the best outcome for you and any others that you need to protect. And hopefully through my videos, through other videos that are out there as well, we can help you and we can support you to do what you need to do. But realise, left to their own devices, the narcissist will continue this for the rest of your life. And my message to you is make sure that you make your life worth more than that.